NTCs. They are preloaded, and then I have them set. The rears are set about 2-inch gap here. The fronts have 5.25. And then we're gonna install them on the car, and then we can adjust from there. And I'll probably apply anti-seize on the Endlinks too, just to be safe. Well, guys, so we just finished installing the Raceland coilovers on the GR86. The kit is for the first gen, but I'm proud to say from Racelands, they actually fit pretty perfect. The only issue we had was the brake line. It didn't snap right in, but you could modify it just to snap it in, but we have it held in with zip ties pretty much. But yeah, so here you can see they're inside. The rear's bolted up pretty good. Rear's pretty good. So overall I'm pretty happy. I can't wait. I drove around with the fronts only for a little bit with Mark, and it rode great. So I'm very happy with the ride quality. And then the fitment, I mean, it's great. So confirm that the first gen coilovers fit on the second gen. This is automatic too. I don't know if that makes a difference, but just reporting that it did fit, and I can't wait to do a more in-depth review with this.
Your car just broke this guy's neck. Neck breaker.
Girl, like shit, I'm like doing, man. Hey, yeah, pull her real nice and I do it like Superman. They ask you who the man. I pull her right up and I'm doing like Superman. Hey, back with the vengeance, I'm back with the vibe and I'm true, man. Hey, pull her right down like a Superman. Pull her right down like a Superman. Pull her right down like a Superman. Homie, I'm back on my road then. Doing the shit, I'm the GOAT, man. Feel like the pep that I chose, man. It's the right one, stop a ghost, man. I am back on the road, man, when it's dead. When I pull it right down, but legit. So, but they really care what you say right now, man. I don't really care what your is. Hey, back and do it, I'ma get it. Homie, I don't run away, I don't panic.
All right, well, welcome, guys. So here we are. So I finally have coilovers on the car. As you can see by the title, what brand I went with? Racelands. So yeah. So the big question is, why Racelands? You know, apparently I didn't know how much hate was around this brand, but I've had used Racelands in the past on my 2003 Subaru Forester, and they work great. And they were about $400 when I bought them for the Forester. And just to give you a little backdrop, so I've had experience with BC Racing coilovers on my 2005 or 2006 Subaru Legacy GT. I've had airlift 3-piece suspension on my Subaru Legacy as well. And then also I have had the max speeding rods on the Subaru Forester, and they were probably, I would say, the worst coilovers I'd ever experienced. And they were like eBay specials, so I would never recommend max speeding rods. They're the worst. They worked for about maybe 10,000 miles and one shock and the back started blowing out, but it was just annoying. So, which brings me to my next point. Here's what brought me to Raceland. The main 3 points. There is 1, price point. That's what brought me here in the first place. 2, besides that price point, they have a lifetime warranty on their product. And then 3, is the quality of the product. I have actually personally used them before in the past, and the build quality is great. And I had no complaints. Now I will say, so this kit specifically that I got is from the first gen FRS 86 and BRZ, and it fits. The only thing is there's no adjustable dampening on these, so once you set your preload, that's your ride quality. But aside from that, before we go into that, I did want to say that I spoke with a Raceland rep, and they went over some questions for me as far as like why there's so much hate around it, how the price is so low and competitive for the good product. And basically they are a factory direct company. They sell directly to consumers, and when you have issues or questions, you call Raceland directly and they help you. That's how they're able to keep the cost low. They also do all of the development and everything all in the US, but the parts are manufactured overseas. So that's how they keep the cost low, and it's just factory direct. And they have a 30-day 30-day guarantee, where if you just drive the coilovers and you don't like them, you can return it back and they'll return it. So they have a really good warranty, and if it's something you're not happy with, they will refund you happily. And their return rate is very low. And it's because it's a good space for them, for someone like me that's kind of that's on a budget, where you want something that would just give you a nice adjustable ride height aside from springs, and then having a shock built with that spring. So overall, so far, I'm very happy. It's only been a couple hundred miles. I still need alignment, but this is where the height is going to sit. So before, it was about a 3-finger gap all around. After the drop, we adjusted it. It's about a 2-finger gap all around now. So it's a tight 2-finger up front and then like a looser 2-finger in the back. But this is perfect. This is how it's going to sit. So I'm going to take it over to my buddy Ben's shop and have it aligned. And then that's how it's going to sit. And I'm going to test it out during some autocross events, HPD events, and also I'll do a full review of how they ride. But they are stiffer. If I were to rate the stiffness rating from a 1 to 10, so I would say OEM was probably around like 5-ish. It was like right in the middle, is good balance. So now you're probably at about an 8 out of a 10 as far as stiffness goes. But you do get better steering response and less body roll. So I'm very excited to see how it does in a performance environment, and then report back. So that's kind of like more of like a long-term product review. So we'll check back in about a year and see how they've been holding up, and if it's something I would still keep and recommend or not. But right now, it's just, I'm very happy with the overall product. As far as like, if you're looking at for this, for your 2nd gen, everything does directly bolt up. The only thing that we ran into was the brake line didn't snap in perfectly. So if you had a tool that it can make it slightly larger, it'll bolt right up. But we just zip tied it for now. But other than that, everything bolts right up. It's perfect. And then, and what I like about Racelands, they also include all the instructions. So if you go to the listing, they have a video for how to adjust the height, how to set preload, how to mess with your Endlinks. So all that was perfect. So I have no complaints right now. It's hard to complain right now for what I paid. So this is about $540 shipped for these coilovers. No adjustable dampening, but full height adjustment. And they are just, it's a really well-made product, honestly. So you can hate all you want, but if you haven't tried it for yourself, you really don't have room to talk. So hope you enjoyed this review, and we'll see you in the next video. Definitely check out this video I did for a test drive when me and my buddy Byung, as soon as we installed it, we went out for a test drive, like a test toge run. So you can see that video at the end and see how they ride, but it was very, very awesome and very fun. Anyways, hope you guys are doing well, and we'll see you in the next video. See. It's fucking great.
You were riding my ass the whole time.
I know. I'm sorry. I was just
It feels great, right? Like the suspension is.
I'm gonna let you. You may have taken it for a drive too, because I spun out a little bit over there at that light.
Oh yeah, you did.
The traction control kicked on, but it fucking saved me. I was like, oh shit! But it fucking kept me straight. I never had that happen before.